Boom, we are live, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It is, of course, your boy, Nolan Hawkeye Anthony here, and I have some great news for you guys. And news, honestly, that I was somewhat surprised when I first saw it. Marion athlete Alex Mota, I believe that's how you say it. Mota, it might be Mota, has decided to commit to the Iowa Hawkeyes. He, of course, was a Hawkeye fan growing up. He went to a ton of games, which I can say, going through my own recruitment is a big deal to go and see some of the schools that you grew up rooting for. Now, during this recruitment, I think Iowa State was given more priority than they would have in years past. But ultimately, the Iowa Hawkeyes were just too good to pass up. And I'm going to provide you with an analysis and an eval. You won't hear or be entertained any better than this when it comes to Iowa Hawkeye sports. So I am going to get this done for you guys and really dive into that. But before we get into any of that, I want to ask you to smash that subscribe button because, well, subscribing makes you feel good. At the very least, like, comment, share, you know the drill. And without further ado, let's get into this. Again, like I said, I was a little bit surprised by this. And here's why. I wasn't surprised because, Iowa was in a bad position and then they climbed the mountain. They climbed Mount Everest, kind of like what they did with Xavier Wampa. Alex was a fan, like I said, but there was an article that I saw from 247 actually that said Alex was going to take his recruitment into the summer. And I'm seeing if I can actually find it just to kind of show that I'm not crazy. I know what I saw. It was definitely an article on him taking his recruitment into the summer. And, if I had to guess, I would just say that ultimately that's where he wanted to go. And so he, if I had to guess, Iowa State and Wisconsin, he probably had a conversation with Iowa State and Wisconsin and some of the other schools that were high on his list. And they were pleading with him not to commit, to hold off so that he could visit them in the summer. But he said it was time and ultimately committed to the Hawkeyes. Guys, this is a huge get. It's always big to get an in-state guy. It's always big to win a head-to-head recruiting battle with an in-state program and programs like Wisconsin and things like that. And furthermore, Alex just seems like a great talent. He can play offense. I think he's coming in on the offensive side of the ball. He also played safety, so he can play safety, which I think will be an option for him. He has a grade of an 87, which at the time he was the third highest rated player in the state of Iowa. Now he is the fourth. JJ Cole has moved in front of him, and he is a high 3-star guy right now with a grade compositely of an 8739, very high. I would not be shocked in the least if he has a huge senior season. I wouldn't be, and turns into a 4-star. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes to some camps this summer and becomes a 4-star after that. This guy has a lot of talent. He has a great frame. Some of the photos I've seen, he has an excellent build. And let's take a look at some of the offers he had here. Iowa State, like I said, he was seemingly pretty high on them. Let's see here. Kansas State, Wisconsin, Nebraska. So he had offers from all the major well, maybe not major, but a lot of the big Midland, Midwest, Midland, middle of the United States type schools. Again, Kansas, Wisconsin, Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri. I'm not sure if he had a Missouri offer. I can't see that, but I wouldn't be surprised if that came later down the line. This is huge, guys. There's no other way for me to say it. Let's pull up here his Rivals profile so you guys can see how he is graded elsewhere besides 247 Sports. Rivals gives him a 5.7, and they rank him as the 26th best athlete in the country, which is pretty big time. So what does this mean for the Iowa Hawkeyes? Well, from what I saw, yep, I knew it. Missouri was knocking on the door, and so was Notre Dame. I knew it. As you guys can see here, it doesn't look like they offered, but they were knocking on the door. What does this mean for Iowa? Well, they have landed 3 in-state players already, whereas the previous class, the 2022 class was a little light on in-state commits. Iowa swung and missed on a few guys, Eli Raridan, Jacob Imming, Will McLaughlin. So they were a little light. For much of 2022, the only in-state commit was Cale Krogh and Aaron Graves. That's it. But Iowa already has 3. And from what I saw, Iowa has moved up to 16 in the team recruiting rankings on 247 Sports, and they are as high as 14 right now for Rivals. This is a look at their class. A bunch of high 3 stars, 1 4-star in Marco Lainez. This is huge, guys. This is really, really big. It's always important to shore up your commits as early as you can, so they can recruit other guys in the state of Iowa, as well as nationally. I want to read some of the content here. So here is an article before we get to the highlights to check out. This is an article by Sean Bach, who currently has me blocked. But let's check this out real quick. Let's check out his little article here. Marion 2023 3-star athlete Alex Mota is described perfectly as an athlete. So colleges were looking at him on offense and defense during his recruitment. However, Mota had a preference, and that was to play on the offensive side of the ball. Iowa saw him as a defensive back at first, but as Mota continued to work through his recruitment, it became more and more transparent that Mota preferred offense, and that would be a deal breaker in his recruitment. So thank God Iowa made the right choice here, because instead of them getting stubborn and saying, no, your defense, they said, okay, we would rather have you on offense than not have you at all. So that is important. Iowa State seemed to have an edge because it wanted him to play offense the whole time. But when Iowa made it clear that offense was going to be his future, if he were to pick the Hawkeyes, that's when he made the choice to commit to Iowa. Because again, he grew up a Hawkeye fan. This is from Alex Mota here. Definitely the fact that they wanted me as a wide receiver, Mota said, of what made the difference with Iowa. That's what really persuaded me. The fact that I always knew I wanted to play at Iowa as well, because it's 30 minutes from my house. I knew in my head since the junior day, it was just a great feeling to be there. Prior to his commitment, Mota had many conversations with Iowa wide receivers coach Kelton Copeland. That changed on Friday as Copeland made contact with Mota and the two talked for a bit. Now, I want to add this. Iowa has really, really recruited well at the wide receiver position. And in the past 3 recruiting cycles, and at this point, actually the past 4 recruiting cycles. And at this point, there really is no excuse for Iowa not to throw the ball around the field and get some of their playmakers involved. I'm going to trace you guys back to some of the wide receiver talent that Iowa has brought in. Tyrone Tracy, high 3-star. Deontay Vines, mid to high 3-star, but he did have some pretty significant offers from mid-Atlantic schools. Brody Brecht, high 3-star. Keegan Johnson, Arlen Bruce, 4 stars. I can't believe I'm blanking on his name here. It's Jacob Bostic, this previous recruiting class, high 3-star. And now Alex Mota, high 3-star. Number one, Kelton Copeland is getting the job done on the recruiting trail, especially at his position. And number two, just overall, Iowa is recruiting significantly higher than they used to at the wide receiver position. Iowa sees Mota as a slot receiver and a jumbo guy similar to Arlen Bruce, who had a breakout year as a freshman for the Hawkeyes. He's excited to get me back on campus, meet with him, and build that connection. They like the way I can run the football. They like how I can get in space and make defenders miss. Iowa State was another top school for Mota, while Wisconsin was also making a strong push for him. Mota said he knew for the last couple of weeks that he wanted to pick Iowa, but came up with his decision on Thursday night with his aunts. With Mota on board, Iowa's class is now ranked 16 overall and number 5 in the Big Ten. And these are the other recruits. So let's check out the highlights, shall we? I'm excited to check these out and get a look at what he has to offer here. So let's see. Let me get this all squared away here. All right, let's see what we got. Let's check these highlights out. Let's go all the way to the beginning. Well, this is good enough. He is very athletic. Right off the bat, he is very, very athletic. Very, very smooth runner. Very, very smooth. And you know what? He probably can be a great defender. But again, you know, and yeah, Iowa probably knows best at deciding what he would be better for. Jeez, he's fast. Wow. Woo. Wow. But, you know, again, ultimately, it's better to have him at one position than not at all. And, you know, it's possible that they have him on special teams in all phases. So, again, yeah, like I said, it's better to have him on one side of the field than not at all. Man, he is fast. He's very fast. And he is a track athlete, which I am going to pull up his see if I can find some of his testing numbers to verify here. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Oh, we got a little field goal block here. Let's go. That is big time. All right, I'm going to pull up here some of his verified numbers. Guys, I mean, listen, he is a freak athlete. And again, I mean, what's known about him is known. Jeez, look at him go through that hole like that. Man, oh man. Iowa definitely got a good one here. So here we go. I have his numbers. So he has played running back and slot back. I think that's what that is. He's 6'1", 175 pounds. And he has a verified, well, I don't know if it's verified, 4.42 40-yard dash with a 38-inch vertical leap. Vertical leap exemplifies explosiveness, and the fact that he has a nearly 40-inch vertical leap means he is very, very explosive. And his 100-meter dash is 11 seconds. So this guy is legit. All right, folks. Iowa sure got a good one. I'm excited about this. We'll see who they can snag next. This class is filling up fast. Iowa is off to a great start. I'm excited to see what they can get going here. It's pretty remarkable how Kirk Ferentz and his staff are recruiting at the highest level they have ever recruited at, especially at the end of his career. And so it'll be interesting to see how it shakes out and how this talent translates on the field. All right, guys, thank you guys so much for listening. Be sure to smash that subscribe button because, well, subscribing makes you feel good. Help me get to 1,000 subs. But if you can't do that, like, comment, share. You know the drill. Appreciate you watching. See you guys next time. Love y'all. And of course, go Hawks.